backyard.
Hey,
Drink,
no.
drink a couple cold ones.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Big Sarge, large and in charge of my one and only self. Taking myself up off the shelf to find my greatest eternal wealth. I hope you're doing the same for yourself. You know what time it is. It's Grunt Speak Grunt. When we come through, we speak to you and you speak to us too. We talk about some things people been going through and growing through. You know who this is for. 11B, 11 Charlie, 0311 for my Marine Corps brothers and their families and everybody who want to tap in and be in between. You might not be in a platoon or the squad, but you definitely part of the brigade, the family. Y'all know who I got with me. To my front, my man Whiskey Charlie. Whiskey Charlie, what's been going on?
Not a whole lot. Just sitting here, enjoying life, sitting in the backyard, watch a little football on the TV on the porch, and then sitting here in front of the fire. So just relaxing, kicking it back. So other than that, just work, man. Uh, that's pretty much it. I mean, I can't complain, won't complain because it could be a lot worse. So I'm enjoying life, man.
Who's playing tonight?
Broncos and shit. Cleveland.
Baker's hurt, right?
Yep. Case Keenum in right now. Sitting here in front of the fire, so.
You got a dog in this fight, Whiskey Charlie?
No, ain't no dog in this one.
Say it don't matter as long as it's football on its own.
Hey, I'm just kicking back, relaxing, watching it. Put something on the TV. I've been watching the same shit reruns, so figured it'd be something a little different today.
Now, usually ain't running nothing good on TV. So you work today?
Oh no, I was off today. I started building the rest of my shed today.
What kind of shed you building now? You was just doing the pergola last week.
Yeah, pergola. I did a pergola and a attached. Did an add-on to my back porch last week, and this week I'm adding on to my workshop. So it could be covered. I don't have to worry about leaving my tools outside or running out there trying to get everything underneath cover, whatever else. Have something I can just, have for storage and shit like that.
You ever plan any of this stuff out, or you just jump up and go?
No, it's planned. I just don't know how well it's planned. There's an idea in there, and then there's like, okay, well, whenever I had the money and whenever I can afford it, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and just do these certain projects. Me and my wife sat down and look at projects that we want to do to the house, and we're like, okay, what can we afford right now? And then what we can't afford, then we just put that on the back burner for the ones we can afford, and then I just get to work, or she gets to work at it.
So you really just get the material and do all the work yourself?
Yeah. I don't have anybody that does the work for me. Every now and then, my dad and my dad's friend come over and help me out, depending on what the circumstances are. But
Mm-hmm.
outside that, I try to do it on my own. My dad always raised me to the point to where he's like, "Hey, man, the only way you're gonna learn is do it by yourself." And he always told me that he won't come over unless I really have tried myself and actually put an effort into it. I put an effort and tried and wasn't successful. He'll come over and help me out, but he's not gonna just come over. If I call over and I'm saying I'm about to start the project, he ain't gonna come over until I put an effort into it. So I think that also is what's made me stronger at what I do. Whenever I even attempt this type of work, this carpentry work or mechanic work that I mess around with the house on my own vehicle, my own house like that, and I respect him for that because he's just teaching me how to do it on my own. And ultimately, it's easy as long as you have the tools. That's what I've learned, man. If you have the correct tools, you can do anything you want to. All those
That is
videos out
very
there.
true because me and a buddy of mine changed the brakes on my car a time or two. And in the beginning time, I didn't have all the proper tools, but I realized once you got all of the right tools that you needed for you, then it really wasn't no pressure with the job you had to do.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot easier when you have the correct tools. I mean, that's the same thing that today I went to go get my hair cut, and there's a new barber there, and she has this high fancy no clippers and everything else, and the owner of the place was cutting hair, and she was like, "Yeah, you don't have to get those high expensive ones." And You can get these right here that have the adjustable thing, so you don't have to constantly swap out your I guess your fading pieces on it, because
Mm-hmm.
she's having to constantly go back and grab a piece, put it in, take it off, put it on. She goes, if you have this proper one, you don't have to worry about doing that, and you can get in and out with customers quicker because it's less moves.
Hmm.
Yep. So I
So
was like,
now the one with the high fancy piece, it's probably a lot more pressure on her because she want to do a better job with this new tool that everybody see.
yeah, and exactly. And the funny part is that with that being said, you could tell she felt the pressure because it's like maybe her. It has to be her first like week at the job because she was nervous as hell talking to her boss about helping her out or trying to help guide her into whatever else she needs to do with hair. I mean, she knew how to cut it, but she just didn't know what to how to correct it with the hair clippers that she had.
Mm, that's cool. So you got a 1 minute win, a 1 minute war for me, Whiskey Charlie?
Oh shit! You got me there. I would say that 1 minute. I'm gonna start with a war. I always like starting with war first because I feel like I have less wars because of my mentality. I guess you could say my war would be war would be. Let's see here, man. I don't know. I've been having a lot of good things going on. I really can't complain, but I guess the war is just just keep focusing on myself. The war would be just being who I am and not trying to change anything I do to try to change what future I have. I mean, with my life, I think that the biggest war is I second guess myself a whole hell lot, and
Mm-hmm.
not prioritizing, what my goals are because I have goals and I have you know idea of what I want to do in life and where I want to go, and I know what route to take, but I second guess myself, and that's where I guess you could say in my war is getting me. I second guess myself to where I'm off. I get off track where I want to be in life, and I think that would be the biggest opportunity or biggest war that I have with myself is this second guessing myself. I do that quite a bit. That's work and life in general. But outside that, then I would say a win in life is just win life is, man. I've been taking a lot of time to myself. I mean, I know it sounds like I've been doing a lot of projects, but also I've been taking a lot of time off, just relax and let my body rest and enjoying time with the family as much as possible. So I would say that would be my win is I'm starting to take more time to myself and let myself relax because I realize that if I don't relax enough or don't take that time, then my that's where my war came into place. Is I get sidetracked or on what my goals are. If you don't at least take a break, you're never going to be successful at whatever you want to do in life. You just don't take a stop and take a break, reevaluate where you're at, and go about the mission a different route.
That's good. One I definitely like to point out is it's amazing that it takes you that long to find a war. I think that's a good thing because you
Yeah.
said it. My personality and my mindset, I really don't look at the negative. I'm always looking at what I gotta do, what I need to do. Now, maybe that could be my vice too. Always keeping myself busy so I don't see what's going on around me. But keeping yourself busy doesn't allow us to focus on any negativity, and that's good. And in the same breath, you're like, my win is spending that time with me, just taking time off for me. So I think that's dope. I think that's something that we all should do. But I guess warring for me is what I've been going through is almost the same, the opposite of you. I think for me is recreating the schedule for me. I think I'm always shifting my schedule with my family and my father and recreating the schedule for me to create more consistency. That would be my war. Just getting on the schedule. Like for me, getting up. It used to be like clockwork, 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. Now it's anywhere from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I don't be at work to 9 a.m. Because I know when I get up in the morning, one of the first things I do is, get my little prayer in, but for real physical work is go deal with him, go deal with my father. So for me, my war would be my inconsistency sometimes to get my schedule right and get my time back on track. My win would be, even though I'm inconsistency at times, I'm still getting up and get done what I need to get done. 98% of the time. Sometimes I take a little bit longer in the time, but I still get it done. And I sit down and I question myself. The same thing, spending time with myself, question myself, and like, okay, you're doing good, but you can do better for yourself. But you just got a little bit more focused and committed on what you're doing for yourself. I was listening to some Eric Thomas the other day, and he was talking about being a caregiver in so many ways, caring for somebody else and not caring for yourself the same way. That kind of just hit me smack dab in the face. So I'm happy that I get up and I do what I need to do, but I know I'll make my schedule work better for me too. So yeah, I don't really have no complaints like that. Because you gotta get up and keep going.
The largest crayon selection. Yeah, no, that's definitely for sure. I mean, I feel you on that. I kind of I'm mutual on that. I guess I can see what you're saying on that piece is, really dialing in on yourself. But I guess that also comes to what your topic that you brought up for today is no pressure, right? No pressure. Is that what it is? What was
pressure,
it called,
no pressure. Same thing. No pressure, no pressure.
Exactly, so, right. And then that's the thing is with that being said, is that whether you're going to pressure yourself to meet those goals or no pressure is because I feel like I should no pressure because I've got a lot of time. I feel like I got a lot of time to do it with what I want, my goals. And it depends. I guess you could say it depends on your goals or what you were wanting to do or what your objective is, right? What type of pressure you should put on that, different type of pressure, just like when it comes to football, you're always going to pressure the quarterback depending on what the play is, so, you've got to figure out what play you want to roll with next and how, and or automatically try to figure out what the ending result's going to be on it.
No, that's true. When I thought about pressure, I was walking yesterday. I was rucking yesterday, actually, when I shot the video. And on Wednesdays, I leave work early at like 1:30 because my kids have an early dismissal. What are you listening to? I feel like someone else is playing in the background.
We've got your back. That's probably the TV where I'm sitting here watching that foosball game. Hold on.
Oh, okay, cool. That's what it is. So when I was on my walk yesterday, I had to take a quick break. Like I've been getting my ruck in every day for the last few days. And yesterday, I'm like, I'm going to get it in early so I don't have to wait till it's too late. So I can come home, eat, and be straight and just chill. And I'm like, man, I need to hurry up and get this done. So I took a new route. And I'm like, yo, what's all the background noise? Annoying as hell. Thank you, brother. See, I wasn't the only one. All that pressure you putting on me at the background noise, Whiskey Charlie. Bars. Don't worry about that. Yeah. So anyhow, I was on my ruck yesterday and I'm like, relax. What's your hurry? You don't have nowhere to be it. In all actuality, I did. I was coming back home to give my dad a bath, but I'm like, hey, this ain't no pressure. Like, this ain't no pressure at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, out there walking, carrying the 40-pound pack, people ask you why you doing that. Maybe getting up early, going to work at Home Depot, or maybe, Chris, maybe working extra hard doing your karate or kung fu, the training that you have in you. People sometimes ask you why you do that, why you putting all that extra pressure on yourself. And I'm like, working to be better, working to stay in shape, working to get things off of my mind in the physical way. That ain't no pressure for me. So when I was thinking about it, I'm like, this is just a little walk that I've done so many times before. And the reason I went on that walk, because it gives me that time to free and relax my mind, knowing that I was going to have to come back to a mess to clean up before me. It's like when you at the job and one of your employees might get on your nerves and they don't know they got on your nerves, but you need to walk away just to save face for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's no pressure in doing those things because I know those things are only going to benefit me. What a real pressure comes is what I talked about in the 1 minute win, the 1 minute war, not scheduling my life to make sure my life ends up successfully. So that's where it came
Yeah.
from, like pressure, no pressure for me. Like we get wrapped up in the wrong things. We get wrapped up in the PTSD. We get wrapped up in the explosions that we seen. We get wrapped up in the lives that was lost before and after our combat thing. But like the real pressure, like that's no pressure for me anymore because God has brought us through them things. The real pressure should be for you and me is how we gonna walk out the rest of our time that we see. So that's what I had to really think about. Like we get on Grunt Speak and we talking about helping you and working your way through, but it's like you have to understand pressure is only what you allow it to be to you. I used to have pressure before the PT test only for the run because I wasn't practicing and it was hard for me. But the push-ups and the sit-ups, they came easily. You only have pressure on those things that you didn't train for to get your skills right. What you got, Whiskey Charlie?
Now, I look. If you talk about the pressure of being in those certain aspects in PT test, I think my biggest thing was the sit-ups. Man, I couldn't do it with a sit-up with a fuck. But run and push-ups, I had that down pat, man. But you can't. No sit up. That definitely was a pressure. The pressure in my stomach and pressure in my ass.
But you hear the thing though, what you probably realized too. I don't know when it was easier for you, whether it was in basic training or when you was deployed. Because when you get to the point to where you're doing sit-ups on the regular and you getting smoked on the regular, when you get ready to do those sit-ups, there's no pressure because you've noticed before anybody said anything, you've got stronger in your abdominal area to do that thing.
Yeah, but how many times did anybody ever smoke anybody with sit-ups? It was always push-ups. That's why I was always good at push-ups. I
Push-ups?
never got smoked with push-ups. It was bear crawls, tiny tank. Was it tiny? It's called tiny tank, little tank it could, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, little tank.
Yeah, yeah, little tank. Those type things. Yeah, push-ups. Got that. Like I said, those things. Up down goes. 40-yard dash type deals. But never did they say, hey, do some sit-ups, because then I would have been definitely out. I'd have got fucked. I'd have been sitting there for years. I'd be sitting there still to this day trying to do sit-ups.
Let me jump in this chat real quick. Chris just hit us with something straight legit. Separate issues, bros. I tested positive for COVID on Tuesday. The Ann Arbor VA, for y'all don't know, that's Ann Arbor, Michigan, where my Wolverines hang out at. Ann Arbor VA essentially told me to rub dirt on it and drink some water. They wouldn't give me any medication, so I went to Chelsea St. Joe's to get an infusion, hospitals in Michigan. But after hours, I refused because I am not old, fat, or have other issues. Ha ha ha. Whiskey Charlie, you look like you frozen to me, and that's okay. I'm going to wait till you come back and we going to see. But Chris, that is very interesting. Because with COVID, I don't feel no pressure to wear a mask, especially not here in Texas, because our governor not mandating certain things. But I don't feel any pressure when it comes to COVID, right? And I understand probably why they told you that, because exactly what you said. You're not old or you're not fat. You're not out of shape. And what I've learned about COVID, that most people say it affects you when you have a weakened immune system that way. Okay, there go Whiskey Charlie. He had to come back. Hey,
So, hey,
there
sorry.
you go.
It
Where you
was
get kicked out at?
shit. I don't know. It was a blank. It was, and then it was gone, bro. Just when you went to go start speaking, like literally as soon as she's going to start speaking.
Okay, so cool. I was reading the comment from Chris. Separate
Yeah.
issue, bros. I tested positive for COVID on Tuesday. The Ann Arbor VA, Ann Arbor, Michigan, essentially told me to rub dirt on it and drink water. They couldn't give me any medication. I went to Chelsea St. Joe's today to get an infusion, but after hours I was refused because I am not old, fat, or have other issues. Ha ha. Chris, I said I can understand this. I have no pressure from COVID. I don't wear a mask all the time. I'm just not rocking like that. And Governor Abbott, he kicked that back. Ain't no mask mandate for no jobs in Texas today or no day. So you take your own risk and know that you're going to be okay, right? But I'm
Yep.
not surprised by this because what I've heard and what I've learned about COVID, it affects the immune system, or when you have a compromised immune system. So if you in shape and you taking care of you, it's probably nothing that they can do for you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's, that goes with anything, man. When it comes around to any type of, disease, or, even when it comes to workouts and the food that you eat, everything affects everybody's body differently. So right now with, mandates on you should have to do this because other people can have harm. Well, guess what? To me, truthfully, if it was up to me, man, they need to keep their asses home. Because there's probably more people out there that don't have a problem with things than they do. So I thinking that they should, if anybody should stay their ass home or have to wear a mask, is the ones that are, I wouldn't say afraid, because it's
Be
not.
right back, Whiskey Charlie.
I got you. It may be that they are afraid, maybe not they're afraid, maybe they're just worried about other people at the same time. I feel like it should be an optional thing. I don't feel like anybody and everybody should have to be forced to do anything that they don't want to. They do call that rape these days, so I don't think that's right at all. But outside that, man, I feel like, with certain pieces and with the mandates and things like that. But that's my opinion, and that's my right. That's my God-given right to have that opinion. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there, Dykes. He was saying I was just trying to minimize the symptoms. Why do I have to meet the criteria? If there is something to alleviate the symptoms, why is it not available to everyone? Yeah, exactly, right. There has to be a certain criteria you have to meet. That is some crap, man. You shouldn't have to meet any requirement. If you feel like you're trying to protect yourself or protect anybody else in and around you, shouldn't be any criteria. It should be just full on, like anybody should be able to get it or get whatever they want to protect themselves, or if they're trying to protect somebody in their family. If that's such a big deal in the United States, that I understand they give out the free shots, but it also should be free testing. You go out there and they're charging you 75 to $100 to fucking charge to get tested, but they're giving you free shots. That does not prove anything, does not cure anything, does not keep you from catching COVID. So it doesn't make any point at all getting a fucking shot. Why is it more expensive to get the test than it is to get the shot? Because they know the shot ain't fucking working.
They giving that shot away for free. And the government never gave you nothing for free that was good for you.
It's a mind game, man. They're fucking
nothing.
No, yeah,
I
man.
think
It trips me out.
He bring up a very good point. Like, what type of you pressured in some situations, and like talking about COVID vaccination now is like talking about politics and religion. The biggest two things that Americans don't want to deal with or don't want to talk about because, hey, what's going on, Tim? Don't want to talk about or don't want to deal with because we're afraid to allow someone else to have an opinion. And now with COVID vaccinations, it's becoming the same thing. It's not a white or a black thing or a race thing. The pressure is, are you taking the vaccine? Why not taking the vaccine? You not taking the vaccine? Like, it's my choice whether or not I get a shot or I get the jab or whatever you want to call it or not, right? I'm not coming over there kicking down your doors. Come to think about it, I was going to touch on this before we moved on, but we kind of rolled into this significant events that's going on right now. Colin Powell just died, the first African-American Secretary of State. Great general from what I'm understanding in war and Desert Storm and things like that. Colin Powell just died and he had the vaccine. So as Whiskey Charlie was saying, it don't really matter if you get the vaccine or not. The ones that's getting the vaccine is like the flu. You're being injected with this thing. I should be worried about you.
Yep. Because now it's a hypo or a fucking what is that Delta virus? Now it is upgraded the version. Hey, y'all gonna have to give Big Sarge a second here. He's trying to read without glasses on.
Yeah, you know it. Hey, man, don't tell anybody that. No. Hey,
Go get your
listen.
BCGs on. Go get your BCGs on.
Hey, sometimes when I'm reading though at 44, I be taking a notepad like this. Like I'm scared to admit it to myself. The pressure is on,
Yeah,
whether I'm gonna need some
it is.
glasses. All right, hold on. Okay. Um, all right, so Chris was saying earlier, hell yeah, I'm trying to get my whole family tested now that I'm positive, and it is so hard, but everyone should get the shot. Should get the shot. Um, Down here in Texas, you can almost go anywhere and pull up to a Walmart parking lot and get a free COVID test. Like you could probably get a free COVID shot too. I, I'm not anti-vax, but the shot just something I'm not about to do. I haven't even taken the flu shot in
Yeah.
probably like 8 or 9 years.
Ever since the military.
Yeah. I mean, since I start, you know what, 2009, when they tried to get us the swine flu shot, when my daughter was born, I stopped taking it then, and I haven't been sick and I haven't dealt with that. But I think
Oh, he
everyone,
said that was sarcasm. He said that was sarcasm.
what, I haven't been sick.
Dykes did. No, Dykes said it was a sarcasm to that
Oh,
comment you just read.
oh yeah. Cool. Yeah. Everybody that's feeling it should get it. But for y'all who don't do it. You know it. It's like getting the MRE crackers. It's not good for you.
Oh, come on, Sarge. It wasn't that bad. Come on.
All right, let me jump into this next comment that's gonna keep us on topic. So Kibby says, Ethan, going back to your previous statement, our wartime is over and God blessed us to live through it. What are you and Texas man future goals? Whiskey Charlie. What are you and Whiskey Charlie future goals? Not just goals, but time frame as well. Living up to those is pressure in my life. Just curious. Sorry to flop from the COVID issue. No, that's cool to jump from the COVID issue. I appreciate that. Whiskey Charlie, you got something you want to say to that, or?
Look, he said in here, goals. My goal is really to now that I have a family, I think my biggest goal myself is just to be able to raise my daughters and take care of my wife like a husband should, and raise them to where they're able to be successful, even more successful than I am. I feel like I am pretty fair. I wouldn't say I'm horrible, and I wouldn't say I'm great, but my goal is to make sure that my daughters are way better off than what I am. And my goal is to keep living my life and enjoying it. And timeline, man, it's ongoing. I do it day by day. I don't do a future whole lot of setting because there's so much going on in the world and so much things going on a day by day basis. I just learned to take it slow and take it one step at a time, because if you try to rush into things, you're never going to get anywhere. So my timeline is just to take a step day by day and just make sure that I'm taking the time and enjoying it, and then of course working with anybody.
Nice. For me, I have a few different things, and I actually was writing them down as I remember. But believe it or not, one of my goals is to be the #1 inspirational speaker in the world. I'm the big Sarge of the MIT team.
You got my vote, big.
Inspiration, what leads into mind transformation. Time frame on that, timeline on that, I don't know. When I first started this like 3 years ago, I said it'll be about 10 years before everybody really understand who I am and what I'm attempting to do. So I'm thinking about 4 years into that 10 years. So I got a little bit more to go to. So that's my mission. And besides that, it would be constant consistency, pulling the best out of me so I can be the best version of me as a husband and a father that my family could see. Not just talking about it, but actually walking it out. So being more consistent to get to the things that I want, and then really just leading by example. I know that 60% of the people in the world are visual learners. So not just talking about what I want to do, but actually walking out and doing it. And I know I got to hold myself to that consistency. So 10 years for the #1 motivational speaker in the world, to be more consistent in my life. I can say by November the 1st, I should be able to begin getting that right, because it's all about making a choice. And then leading by example, that just starts today. But like Whiskey Charlie said, giving myself grace each and every day and learning to live for that moment and not get so worked up, about the future and the past and the stuff I cannot control. I think
Hey, Big Sarge,
living
check
up
out
to
that
our
clean
goals
cut.
as a man causes pressure in our life because we may not understand when we're doing something right. A lot of times, I think as men in this life, we start to live up to the goals that other men set for us and who may not attain those goals in their life. So I think as a man, you have to get with that higher power that you speak to, the God, the Buddha, the Allah in you, that spiritual deity that's over you, and listen to what it tell you to do. And then if you got a wife, cleave to her too, because everybody else, they shouldn't matter to you. That's just what I believe as a man for me. So if you can figure that out and work on that consistency, you'll be sweet. Let me jump back down in the comments. All right. We had a
I got you, Kibby. I got you, Kibby.
all right, I get to him. We had Tim said we had a kid get shot in the chest in Orlando and they said he died of COVID. What?
Yep.
Are they still paying out? Like I know at one point in time it was like $40,000 per patient that they said passed away from COVID.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, think about the pressure that these workers are up under. Remember Doc Owens? No, you wasn't on what in that deployment, but my other Doc Owens, just thinking about pressure. Anyhow, Faust said, "Hey, what's going on, Faust? How you doing, brother?" Faust, I'm messing it up. Faust said, "Go Browns." Sorry to digress from Christian. Are you good? It's all right. Sarcasm is always needed. Got to check out. Take it easy, Chris. Appreciate you coming in. One goal for Whiskey Charlie should be drink Mike's harder. Not the weak shit. Hey, don't encourage him because tomorrow he'll be on here with some moonshine straight from the bottle or something like that. So don't pressure him into any situations that he'll take full advantage of.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up naked on the video too.
He'll do it. Please don't tempt him. But no, in all seriousness, like I think as soldiers, pressure for me was being able to do my job effectively. And now that I've been home from the war for quite some time, the war had stayed a part of most of our mind for longer than we wanted to. And that caused the pressure on you. Like it's still some of us that won't be around crowds because of what we've been through. Like the pressure for me is not living up to the life that I'm called to, that I'm supposed to be. And there's no way that I'm not going to be able to go around crowds because, I mean, crowds are going to need to hear me. It's something that all of us that we have to say. It's something that all of us have to do. I think the pressure really only affects us when you're not prepared for what you're going into.
Yeah.
Tim said, "Yup, it was crazy. That is why I don't know if Powell died of COVID, being 84 with heart conditions." Absolutely. You just don't know. My mother died last year, April 26th. They said it was COVID, but she used to have chronic, from what I understand, pneumonia pretty often. So I'm not for sure if it was COVID or she was just another victim of the 45 or the 40,000 that slid.
Yep.
Tim says, pressure for me is maintaining the me as I become a counselor. That's good. That's real good. That's real good because I believe as a counselor, because I feel like that's something that a part of what I do, just talking to people and expressing myself to you. You want to make sure you living out everything that you're asking everybody else to do. It's like Whiskey Charlie walking around with the Home Depot crew asking them to clean up, and he ain't doing nothing but standing back flicking cigarette butts.
Yeah. No. Hey, look. Yeah. Hey, that's true, man. Hey, I think that's one of the biggest pressures that I have, or just in general, and me as a person. I always had that pressure because I don't want to ask anybody to do something that I can't do. And that's like life or doing anything in around the house, even with my family. I pressure myself so much that when it comes around to certain aspects. And I think it's just because how I was pressured when I was younger on, certain standards. And with those certain standards, you feel like you have to live to them. So I guess that's where the pressure comes into play, is that you feel like you have to live to that certain standard. But I know that there's certain things, just as if I'm a manager, me as a manager, some people like me, and the thing with the way I manage is because I have my own ways of managing compared to anybody else. So my pressure is different than anybody else's. My pressure is that, hey man, I'm helping you. I need you to help me later. Other people's management pressure is, hey, I'm your manager and you're going to do what I tell you to do. So, and then as an associate, they're feeling like, hey, as the other managers ask them to do what they're supposed to, or telling them what to do, hey, they're like, oh no, I'm going to get written up, or I'm going to do this, that, and the other. But with me is that they feel that pressure of, man, he really did help me out. He tried to help me do this. He's really a good person, or he really tries to make things happen. So I think that type of pressure for me is for them is front to me is like, hey, I got to help this guy out because he's helped me.
I feel that. I think pressure is something that we put up on ourselves when we really want to oppress somebody else. It's just what I feel. Like, if, as the saying goes, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You hear about the greats talking about working harder in practice than they do in the game. So when the game comes, it's easy. But the guys that have pressure on taking a last shot, it's because they haven't prepared to take the last shot. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, those guys talk about wanting the last shot, craving the last shot, that win, lose, or draw. That amount of pressure didn't bother them. It was an ability to rise the occasion. Pressure does two things. Well, it does a multitude of things. But the two things that I'm thinking of, it either bust pipes or create diamonds. We all get to decide what we allow the pressure to do to us. We either take that pressure and we put it in a pipe. You put valves on it. You be able to control it to send it out at certain PSIs that you want it to go, or you don't put no cap on it and it just drive you crazy and your heart gonna blow. Like, seriously, you have guys that's been home from Iraq 10, 15 years easily, and they still deal with the pressures of the things that they used to see, but they won't go talk to nobody to set themselves free. So I think pressure is something that we both carry, for you and me. The pressure really for me is not being who I'm supposed to be. I don't give a fuck if Big Sarge was a good leader to everybody he encountered. But if I'm not a good leader for me and for my family, at the end of the day, what did we really accomplish, G? At the end of the day, if only thing we have to hang our hat on and leave our legacy with our family with is the soldier that we was and the combat we've been through, then I think we allow the pressures of life to get to you. And our life don't stop when we get back home too. But the pressure we had in service makes the pressure now seems weak. For some, that is true. But we have a lot of individuals who may not be as strong as Whiskey Charlie, me, and you, because we have a lot of our brothers and sisters that's still taking their life every day in the civilian life that should be easier for us to get it right. But I'm one of those people who sometimes didn't excel when the structure wasn't there to make it through. And you have a lot of people that made it through the army only because the structure was there. When that was removed and you was released to the civilian world, if you didn't have no structure about you, then that pressure of no control is really going to come through and make you feel like you're weak. But I definitely understand that, because each generation probably say the generation that comes after them is weaker than them. And that could be true, because the generation before them made some things easier for them.
No, I've seen that too. I mean, the whole thing with make America great again aspect. You'll see a lot of people that rock that saying is make it great again. Well, what people are going to perceive or take that in different ways, and I think the biggest factor that what I've seen or what I've heard from the people I know is that make it great again by making prices lower on everything that the value of things, the way of living is making it cheaper. But like you're saying, you really can't make things cheaper now these days because of the fact that everything is computerized. Everything is made to make things easier to do. And sometimes the easiest way is it's not the, I guess, the best or fastest route to do it, but at the same time, it's more efficient, and that's what everybody's I guess they're looking toward to this day is the more being more efficient.
Hot and ready pizza is what we want. I don't
Oh,
want a blunt when I can roll up blunt. I don't know.
yeah. I'll take a little Caesar pizza any day, every day.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
what you said was very powerful though. Consistent, I mean, convenience is what we want. So a lot of people don't take the time to really develop the things that's going to strengthen their life nor their mind. And convenience is what we want. And in the Army, we know we didn't have convenience because we complained about hurry up and wait. So convenience didn't go our way. So it took you time to learn some things. All right, let me see. Kibby, all my pressure comes from my occupation. I am a plant manager now. Thank God. But success from military to business is obviously way different. Facts. Going from success to saving lives or stopping bad events happening to numbers are low or high is such a weird dynamic. It's a struggle to accept going from you succeeded in war to struggling in business. To be clear, I'm okay, but I've seen both sides also. You got something on that whiskey like Charlie Mike?
oh, no, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I was sitting here watching this game. It's actually becoming a better game than it was earlier. It's actually getting
Okay,
closer.
cool. I completely understand that going from success in the military to a civilian world is two different things. Again, pressure, no pressure. You know, I remember being a young corporal making a statement out of my mouth, not really understanding the statement that I was making when I told my guys, Piper and Hedger, I told their parents, like I was just, you know, like it was another conversation. Oh, yeah, we'll see you when you get home. I'm going to bring your kids home. Everything going to be sweet. Like that was something that was just, you know, that I could do. Me, I controlled that. And it didn't hit me until later on in our deployment or early in our mold process what I had said. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. And when we
Yeah.
made it back home, whether it was because of me or not because of me, but when we made it back home, it was a good thing to see them go to their parents and, you know, do what they do and be free. But like Kibby said, now you go to the job. When I came home from Iraq, I went to Sears. I was running my own independent business. What they considered, you know, pressure was not getting a 10 score, meaning that the customer said you did something wrong when you delivered something to their house. What I just left considering pressure was what I made it back to the house or not, whether I made it back to the fob or not. And it's just like, the two don't weigh out to be the same. We get wrapped up in the wrong things and we don't even understand like the things that we gain when we go through certain pressures in our life.
Hey, Big Sarge. Hey,
Yo,
to touch on you, I just read. I guys just got finished off reading up what Kibby said. So, yeah, I definitely agree with what he said in his thing up there about the going from success and saving lives, and then of course and going differently and I guess business, whatever else. Because I do feel that, but I also think it's the structure piece in that the structure in the military, which was so much. You know that if you fucked up, you didn't listen to your leader, you'd get fucking pounded hard. But the way at this the United States is now, it's like you have to pretty much be soft to the end of to anybody that's underneath you, because you also can get in trouble if you raise the hand to swat that kid on his ass, you know, type deal. You know, so I think that's where also, you know, that comes into play with certain aspects of in the military. You know, hey, they come at you, you fuck them up, but in the world, you can't just do that. You have to have all your ducks in a row before you can start really hammering somebody's ass, and you can get in trouble yourself.
but the military has changed too. I have to be honest with you. Like, I walked away at 15 years. It was a part of me of stuff that I was starting to hear that I didn't like. Like, I ain't got nothing against women, but women in the infantry is something that I didn't see for me. Now, I don't
Yeah.
know how true that is, but our deployment, we had 3 women attached to our group. And they were all pretty cool too. And one was married and they was doing whatever they do. And that was cool, but I didn't want to risk losing my career based on what somebody else might hear. Like that was a pressure that I didn't want to deal with. Night, Kibby.
All right, Kibby.
Tell Jamie I appreciate her letting me keep you up past street lights is on. I appreciate that. I know it gets dark out there in them woods of Alabama, so go ahead and put your teeth up and get some rest.
No, he didn't go with the teeth part.
That's my man. I love Kibby. All right, let me jump back into this chat. Fact, but they aren't able to shake the demons. It took me a long time to ask for help. That is very true. And if I'm not mistaken, you're talking about when I was speaking on coming through war and the things that we went through and being able to shake that part of you. It's something that we all have to do. Like, again, for me, the pressure is coming home and not allowing myself to make it through this life successfully. And successfully is what I did, what it is you see for you. Not what somebody else say you should do, but what it is you see for you. Because just like we have people that come home from Iraq and Afghanistan too, that's still going through, we have people that's very successful too. So like the pressure is only what you put on yourself or what you see for you. Or you could be like Whiskey Charlie and keep yourself so busy that pressure don't even bother you. It's just like, this is just something else for me to do. Whiskey Charlie, who's winning the game in front of you? You look like you tuned in.
Right now, they're actually it's a touchdown by the Browns, but it's right now getting reviewed whether or not Case Keenum was down or not. But he fumbled a ball on like a half-yard line into the end zone, and the tight end came and scooped it up and picked it up in a touchdown. So that's what I'm watching. That's why it's so much pain with so much detail right now, because it's just like, son of a bitch. It's like they were right there.
That's right, because Baker is hurt, right?
Yeah, they got that Case Keenum in there.
Are the Browns winning?
They called it first down. They didn't even call it in, so they didn't even call it a touchdown. So yeah, it's 10-7 right now, Cleveland.
And they driving the score?
Yeah, they just scored just now.
So talk about the pressure that's going to be on Baker Mayfield to get back to the game if they win tonight with the backup. You know how the NFL go. It's kind of like the Army. Next man up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the same thing with Houston. At Houston, by the end of this week, they said they're going to make a final decision on Deshaun Watson.
Man, listen to me. Why? That guy's a billionaire. If he don't want to be there and y'all don't want him there, then why not let him go? And I get the whole contract thing, but you don't want him to play. So the pressure is you want to get the best bang for your buck at the end of the day.
Right now, Miami Dolphins are offering 3 first-round picks next year.
Think about that. The Houston Texans, they're going to hold on to Deshaun Watson until they get the best bang for their buck. When they get something that they like, they're going to let them go. They ain't going to be tripping on that at all. But in life, it's the same thing for us. In this civilian world, you got the opportunity. All I'm going to say is Lamar Jackson. And in his life, in this civilian world, you got the opportunity to get the best bang for your buck. It ain't about no luck. It ain't about no opportunity. It's about what you prepared for. And then when you see it, are you going to react in the correct way, G? Like, that's really it. Only pressure that we have in life is the pressure that we put on ourselves. If you an expert marksman, when you go to sniper school, you're not worried about the pressure of shooting. You worried about being able to hide and conceal yourself too. That's a different pressure that you ain't used to. But when you getting up when the alarm go off at 5 o'clock every day and you driving to work the way you need to go, you sweet because you know how the traffic flow gonna be. But if you wake up a little bit late, then the pressure is on you because you're gonna be late today. When you prepare for what you need to do in your life, the pressure ain't never wrong. It's always right because pressure do 2 things. It either bust pipes or create diamonds.
Yeah, no, that's true. But the biggest thing to me is like like I've been saying since the whole thing what started going down. It's like, hey man, just get rid. If the guy ain't happy, get rid of the guy. I mean, truthfully, at the end of the day, don't get me wrong. I still think it's a shitty situation when it comes around to, hey, we just gave you 160 something $1 million, and now you turn around 2 months later and you're caught up in this shit and you want to get out of town. Like, hey,
Has a
I don't
dude
know. Yeah,
has the
you
dude
try
been
about.
found guilty?
Hey, right now, no. Right now, it's dropped from 22 cases down to 10. But the other 10 girls are still seeking their monies.
So did he want to leave before the cases, or did he want to leave after? I thought he wanted to leave before the cases, and then all the cases came out. That, he
Uh
wanted to trade for something because management or ownership wasn't
oh
right.
yep.
And
That
then after that,
yeah,
all the cases came out.
yep. That's
But
true.
you
Yeah,
lost over
that's true.
50%. I'm saying I don't think there's no real pressure on him, because if they had something, they would have been already done it.
Well, not only that, there's no pressure on his ass right now because he's sitting on the bench getting paid. Why the fuck would you even worry about it? Shit, if I was getting paid like 50 million a year for fucking playing football and I'm sitting on the bench, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I can tell everybody else, man, I will go and ride their bench with being the water boy's water boy for 100 grand a year. I don't give a shit. Like, what's up? I'll come. Hey, water boy, look like you were thirsty over there, running out there getting other people water or Gatorade. Let me help you out here. Let me give you a couple squirts there. I wiped the sweat off his forehead. I don't give a shit for that type of money. Yeah, damn.
Here's the thing, though. For that type of money, you might not have the life that you have right now. And that
Oh,
might
what?
be a different type of pressure.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But that's all a mental thing right there. Because look, my biggest thing is right now I can go out and get a different house, different car with the money that I make right now. But my mindset is that if I what if something would go to happen next week, do I have enough money to be able to afford to make it or get a lower paying job and be able to financially support my family? Because I'm not expecting my wife to have to go back to work or anything like that. That's my goal in life is to keep her at home with our kids, to be able to raise our girls and to be able to support them so that they don't have to worry about a damn thing. I ain't worried because I know I'm gonna wake up, go to work. I'm gonna put my 150% in every fucking day I go to work. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But my biggest goal, my biggest also concern, I guess, would be is that just making sure that I can make it to where my wife can stay at home and take care of our girls and be be a happy family.
Hey, that right there is reason why everything else ain't no pressure for you. Because the pressure for you is being the best husband and the father that you got to. And
Yeah.
I take my hat off to you because I feel the same way. I don't add no pressure about how we shop, how we sound on the show today, what they gonna say on ESPN tomorrow about how Cleveland and whoever they had to play. The pressure for me is making sure that I get the life that I see for me and my family and his way. And I'm talking
Yeah.
about God. It might be Buddha or Allah for you, but whatever your spiritual deity is too. So I feel you when you
I,
say that.
yeah, I think what it is though too is a lot of people go off other people's opinion or try to go off other people's standards. You got to live your own life for your own thing and what you have going on with your own life. If you're sitting here looking at what everybody else have and you're wanting that and this, that, and the other, I've said it before in this show before, and it's one of my biggest things I tell everybody at work, and I'll keep preaching this is you got to take care of what you need before you take care of what you want. You take care of what you need, well, it will take care of what you want in life, right? I need to be able to get to back and forth to work. Yes, I can have a fancy ass fucking car. I can pay that big ass note and everything else, but I don't want to do that, right? I need to be able to get back and forth to work. I need to have a house. I need my girls to be able to have food, shelter, and I can go out, like I said, I can go out and buy me a lot bigger house and everything else, but I'm gonna be paying more. You got to financially, write down everything you have and bill wise and separate and see what you can actually afford. That's what I need. I need to be able to take care of them and I need them to be able to be relaxed. I need my wife to be at home. So that's why, again, it comes to priority and finding the difference between a need and a want. My want is already getting taken care of right now as I speak because my need is her to be home, taking care of our girls, for them to be able to live happily. And my girls, I'll tell you right now. You see my girls, you see my pictures, you see the way I live my life right now. I'm happy. They're happy. And that's because I'm taking care of what I need to, and they're getting what, and we're getting what we're wanting. It's just because I'm taking care of what we need.
When you're doing what you need to do, ain't no pressure on you.
No, that's what. Fuck pressure. Pressure gonna be on somebody else. Like when it comes down to everything in life, everybody's all pressured on like all reading into the news and getting onto all that. I'm not pressured by any of that shit because you know what? At the end of the day, I gotta do what I gotta do to take care of my family. I need to do what I need to do to take care of my family. And that's what I'm gonna do.
I hear you. Ain't at the end of the day, it ain't about what nobody else say. It's about what you say and what you decide to do that's gonna determine the outcome for you.
Oh yeah.
That's it. For
That's it.
some, what you doing is no pressure. For maybe it's few, but to others it might be a lot of pressure. But it depends on what you want to do. Ain't no pressure unless you decide to let the pressure sit on you.
Yeah. So you know what's crazy is because whenever I got with Home Depot, I needed a job. I wanted a high paying job. I wanted something different, right? But you know what? This need of a job has taken care of me. And now it's taking care of what I want. And what I wanted was to raise a family and have my wife to be able to stay at home and take care of my kids. So again, it goes back to, you know what, you may want, you sit there saying that you want this, you want that, you want this car. You know what? Go ahead and take care of what you need to, and it will take care of your want. And Home Depot, I needed a job. It's taking care of me. Now I'm getting what I want, and that's the biggest thing in that aspect I can say, man. I respect what I do at work. I mean, it may not be the toughest job to other people, but to me, I enjoy it. I enjoy my work. I don't actually go to work. It's a career for me.
There is nothing else to say today. Because again, Whiskey Charlie just talked about what is something he said last week. Your wants and your needs. When you fulfill your needs, your wants will come absolutely free. But if you chasing with wants, it's your needs that's gonna be in need indeed.
Them bills need they
And that
monies.
is a pressure that you do not want to see. Take care of
Yeah.
your needs, and your wants will soon be the pressure release valve that sets you free.
Look at that clean ass cut, Big Sarge. Ooh,
Ooh,
look
you
at
look like you
suave
ready to,
over here.
you look like you ready to go squad up 10, huh, right, hey, forward. No pressure. You just got to get rid of the beer because they're gonna think you old man, old salty. Or you can be special forces. Yeah, special forces.
That's what I want to be, but what I need to be is just to be somebody else. I need to be in shape.
Oh man, I feel you on that one, brother. I feel you. Well, it's been another wonderful episode. Grunt speak Grunt. I need to keep calling it Speak Grunt, but I want to call it Grunt Speak, and that's what I'm gonna speak to because it speak to me.
Hey, we call it whatever the fuck we want.
Absolutely.
We're a
I
motherfucking
hope
infantry.
that you've been blessed by some of this mess, something to relieve some of the stress and let you know there's no pressure. Life is just one big test. If you pass or you fail, you go to heaven or hell, but you may already be there depending on how you see life for you. No pressure in your life. It just depends on what you choose to do. That's it. That's all I got for you. Whiskey Charlie, you got something for the people today?
Hey, you guys, you gotta if you want it, you gotta chase those needs first, man. So get those needs, and it'll take care of what you want, man. And there's no pressure, man. The need is gonna be a lot easier than the want. So go ahead and take care of that need, and that pressure will be a lot easier. And then as soon as that need is taken care of, you'll get what you want.
Hey, that's what he said. Take care of your needs to get what you want. I want y'all to have a blessed and wonderful night. Write down a list, get your pressures right, see what you need to release in your life to get that valve right. What pressure are you having or do you have on you? And what are you going to do to overcome those pressures that's bothering you? Listen to me. You part of the military crew. So this civilian life, it might not be, but you should figure out how to make it easy for you. That's what you need to do. And then all your wants going to come true. Well, that's it. That's all we done. We through. We see y'all next week, next Thursday too. Share this video, comment down below, and let somebody know about the show. We out. Peace.